And joining me right now, I'm happy to say, Steve King, Republican congressman from the great state of Iowa, serving the 4th Congressional District. He joins me. He's a member of the House Subcommittee on Immigration and Border Security. Congressman, good to speak to you again, sir.
It's good to be reconnected with you, Steve. I appreciate it.
Well, we were talking a little bit earlier, and you said that you're relaxed. Why are you relaxed?
Well, one thing, I've done almost all that I can do, and if you feel good about that, it's a good feeling to know that. Second is, my own race I'm fairly comfortable with, and the third piece of this is that I'm watching this Trump momentum that's going on across the country, and watching the polls, but also understanding that it's about impossible to poll the Trump supporters in America. We've got new people coming out that we've never seen before, that never voted before, that are registered, and they have either voted early or they're preparing to vote. And I think that means that there will be an adjustment to the polling mechanism that'll begin probably Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Drudge has a story where he says that Romney was down by 161,000 votes going into Election Day in Florida. 161,000. He says Trump is down 32,500 heading into Election Day. So if that's accurate, that's a big deal.
And if I recall that Obama won Florida by 75,000
Yes,
votes.
yes.
So you do the math on that, and Trump's up 1.5 to 1 on that ratio.
Well, talk about your home state of Iowa, which seems, I think, you tell me, seems pretty comfortably in Donald Trump's column, correct?
I think it is. And the last time Iowa went for a Republican president was George W. Bush in his reelect. Time before that was Reagan's reelect. I know what it felt like in '04, and we pushed that hard. And Bush only won Iowa by 10,000 votes, but he won Iowa. And 5 or 6 weeks ago, it was clear that Trump was in significantly better position in Iowa this year than Bush was in '04. Trump did a rally in Sioux City, Iowa yesterday. That is my main metro district and my congressional district. And the lineup started at 1 o'clock in the morning for a noon event. I mean,
that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, to me, it is amazing. I mean, you might say, you could still be excited about Donald Trump and want to vote for Donald Trump and say, I'm not going to a rally. I mean, I've seen a million of them on TV. I watched a million debates with the Republican primaries and the 3 with Hillary, and I love the guy. I'm voting for the guy. But, do I really want to wait on these lines and show up and be part of a huge crowd? And it's just happening everywhere.
Well, yes, and it just makes you think, how does somebody get into line at 1 in the morning and make it through an event? I mean, do they have like portable porta pots?
I hope so. I hope so.
But it is, and the people that my staff was threaded throughout the crowd, my family throughout the crowd, the people that I've had a chance to talk with afterwards, and they come to me continually with stories that people that they've never seen before at a political event that they've known for years, maybe never voted, now registered to vote. And my youngest son's my campaign chairman. He's been at this 20 years, and he was a super PAC manager for Cruz during the earlier part of this race. He says, too, that you cannot poll the Trump supporters because they don't have that kind of a record that you can go to them and ask them. But they'll be to the polls on Tuesday if they're not there already.
What did you think when you heard FBI Director Comey's letter to Congress, or heard about the letter to Congress yesterday? My
first thought was, oh, boy. Now we have to investigate the investigators. This takes us into another level. When you look at the package of this, Comey's conclusion July 5th that of all of this evidence that Hillary has violated espionage laws, and he came up with the excuse that we couldn't prove intent even though it's not a requirement of the law. Barack Obama plugged the word intent in last October and again April. Comey picked it up and used it July 5th as an excuse, not a legal reason. And so now, after all this other evidence that's flowed forth, and much of it proves intent. I mean, we know that Cheryl Mills set this up. We've got the WikiLeaks, the Podesta emails, and none of this changed Comey's mind. I think there's been a high amount of pressure that's taken place. Well, and so let's just say if Hillary is elected president, the House of Representatives, in particular the Judiciary Committee, working in conjunction with Government Reform Committee, will have to go back and comb through all of this and investigate the investigation and the investigators and Hillary Clinton and those 5 principals who took the Fifth and received immunity. They're all going to have to be brought out again. And it is not something that they didn't get immunity from Congress. They got immunity from the FBI, and it was conditional immunity. And some of those conditions seem to have been breached.
Would you say it pretty, I mean, when you combine that with the Justice Department and we learn about trying to block investigations into the Clinton Foundation and the meeting with the Bill Clinton on the tarmac, would you say something really stinks here?
Well, it has to. It absolutely stinks. History will write this if we do not. And you have an attorney general who knows very well that there's an investigation going on of the person who is likely to become the Democrat nominee for president, Hillary Clinton. An investigation of what turns out to be Clinton Incorporated, the entire machinery that is doing pay-for-play or appears to be doing pay-for-play,
yep.
To sit there on that tarmac and let Bill Clinton come on her plane
yep.
and have that conversation. And she tried to cover it up.
Outrageous. Just insane. Yeah, investigate the investigators. That's a good slogan going forward. Congressman, good luck. Congratulations in advance. And let's hope we all congratulate each other on a Trump win on Tuesday. Thank you, sir.
Let's have a big celebration. Thank you.
You got it. Congressman Scott Garrett is my congressman, folks, in Jersey, and he's up against a Clintonite. We'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere.